Many people I work with get very frustrated because they cannot get others to understand what anxiety feels like inside their bodies. So I thought I will do a short video because when I looked on YouTube, the ones I found were pretty rubbish. So here's a guide to what anxiety feels like on the inside that you can share with other people if you are struggling to get them to have any idea, or if you are the partner or the parent or the friend or the colleague of someone who has ongoing anxiety. So let me run through it. Let's start up here. So one of the worst things when I used to have really bad anxiety, and what my clients tell me, is this racing, irrational thinking. It's so exhausting. It's so frustrating. So endlessly thinking about, how am I going to do that? Well, I can ring someone, but what if I get a really nasty person? Or what if I can't explain it to them once I've got them on the phone? What if I'm ringing the wrong company? What if I get the wrong, there's so many what ifs running around in this racing mind. And then we can add into that things like, but I don't really know what I'm talking about. And maybe if I spend that money on that, then I won't have enough money if something should suddenly go wrong with my car. And then if something goes wrong with my car, then I can't get to work. And if I can't get to work, then I can't earn the money. And it just goes round and round and round and round like crazy wild squirrels and wriggly worms all together. And it's horrible. And it's not possible to turn it off. It is possible to numb it out by things like going on a screen. And there are other ways, none of which are particularly healthy, but that's all you can do. So that is number one, and it's horrendous. Another thing that happens with anxiety is a lot of tension in the face. So tightness in the jaw, pain in the back of the head because these muscles are all connected up, pain in the neck from the tension. So really not just pain that comes and goes, but pain that's there a lot of the time. And going to bed at night because relaxation is not possible, still pain during the night, jaw, face, eyes, back of the head, neck. Sometimes a stabbing, horrendous pain in between the shoulder blades, and also often the lower back, because it's all interconnected. So when we're like this up here, because we're so anxious and tense, it travels down and it puts the back in unhealthy situations as well. So you can see that just those things, they are massive in your daily life. So let's travel a bit further down the body. So the neck. So what often happens here is that our throats are uncomfortable, they're dry, swallowing can be hard sometimes, speaking can be really hard sometimes. And that, again, very difficult, depending on what you have to do for a job. I forgot as well up here, dizziness, not being able to think clearly, forgetting, mishearing what people are saying, having blurred vision. Imagine all this. You have to get up every day and feel this way. It's a wonder that any of us get through the day. But, as somebody who used to have terrible anxiety, I did get through the day, but it always was very, very, very hard to do. Okay, bit lower down, the heart. So the heart tends to race a lot. It's, it's like as if you'd run up 5 flights of stairs and that's ongoing. And particularly at night, you can wake up in the night and it's and it feels so frightening because we're not meant to have hearts that race. We're meant to have hearts that race because we have to jump over a stream and then they settle back down again. Same with our breathing. Yes, if we have to, run to catch the bus, then our breathing is fast and it's energetic, and then it's meant to settle back down. But with ongoing anxiety, we're often quite breathless a lot of the time and really struggle to get the air down our bodies. So then traveling a bit further down the body, below the chest area is something called the diaphragm. That often becomes very, very tight because anxiety means we spend a lot of time like this. So very much up here above the diaphragm, and the diaphragm gets very tight and very sore. So that can mean that taking a breath is really hard, and it flipping hurts, as do things like bending over. They can really hurt too. Then when we travel on further down the body, oh my goodness, feeling sick a lot of the time, having a lot of gas, lots of trapped wind in the stomach and the digestive system, having that kind of churning stomach, needing to go pee a lot, poo a lot. Let me think. Oh, blood sugar levels going up and then smashing down. So with that comes often feelings of big explosive anger, irritation, dizziness, faintness. Whew, I could go on, but that's just some of the sensations and experiences that are going on in the body and the brain for someone who has ongoing anxiety. So let's be in a place of real compassion for what they're living with every day. And if it's you, then know that this is not normal. And I am not a medical physician. You may need to go and check that any of these things are not something else, but it might be helpful for you to know that that you are not imagining this. It does feel that overwhelming and difficult, and there are things that you can do to help it to feel more settled. And that doesn't mean that you haven't been trying to do them. It's just sometimes we get given the wrong things to do. So one of the most important things is to start focusing on the body, bringing the body to calmness, the body to safety, because the body is the big powerhouse behind anxiety. And the more that we can settle it, make it feel safe, really focus in on it, which is not easy when we have anxiety, the better it feels. And over time, that's not the only way to address anxiety, but it's a super solid foundation. So if this video has been useful to you and made you realize I'm not alone, or maybe it's made you realize, oh my goodness, my poor partner goes through that a lot of the time, then please pass it on.